का वेळ लागतो ना चालू व्हायला.
Hi, Sharmila, can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, that's right. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, just some technical thing here. So, am I audible enough?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Am I audible?
Yeah. Hello, Monika ji. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, Nisha ji. Hello, Anjali. How are you? Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Sharmila ji.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hello, Santosh. I guess we'll just wait for 2 more minutes and we'll start.
Yeah, we'll just wait for
For a few more minutes, 5 minutes, so that people
We're
join in.
still
And
having people joining in.
yeah, I have made you the co-host, Sunita, and even
Okay.
Meera ji, I have made the co-host. Is
Okay.
Meera ji also, I guess, with us? Hi, Meera ji.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Shall we begin, Sharmila?
Yeah. Well, we can begin. Yeah. Just some people were still coming in, so.
Good afternoon, dear members and esteemed guests. I'm CA Sunita Gupta, and I'm extremely delighted to be your host for this evening for the session on retirement planning and happiness coaching. I would call upon our acting chairperson at the outset, CA Sharmila, to deliver her address and welcome everybody.
I guess Sunita, let's wait for a few more. The people are joining in. I'm just admitting the people. You can just admit the people, right?
Yeah, sure, I will do that.
So thank you, CA Sunita. Thanks for to be the guest, to the host for today's meeting. And a very good evening to everybody. Also, warm welcome to Miss Monika Srivastava, wife of His Excellency Piyush Srivastava, Indian Ambassador to the Kingdom of Bahrain. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invite and agreeing to be with us to be the chief guest of the event today. It's nice to have you second time again to our event. So thanks a lot. Also, a very warm welcome to Mrs. Nisha Rangarajan, the president of the Indian Ladies Association, and also the wife of our member, CA Rangarajan. Congratulations, Ms. Nisha, for being elected as the president for ILA for 21-22, and all the very best for your tenure. Welcome to both our speakers, Dr. Meera Kulkarni and Mrs. Jolly Kotecha, for taking out time and agreeing to be with us today for this event. And finally, welcome to all our members of the Bahrain chapter of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and their spouses, as well as all the invited guests of the Indian Ladies Association, as well as our C2A Toastmasters Club. A warm welcome and a very good evening to all of you. So this is Sharmila here. Again, yeah, this is Sharmila here, acting chairperson of the BCICAI for the month of March. As you all know, this whole month of March, we have dedicated to the women. It doesn't mean that all the programs were for the women, but yes, all the speakers during the month for all the events which were on the diverse topics were all women. As also the events and the activities were all mostly organized and managed by the women members of the BCICAI. I would thank all the women members for wholeheartedly supporting and supporting me in organizing all these events. So we started our month with an event in collaboration with the ICRF, which was on 6th of March on the cyber security, which was very informative and which was very well received by all our members. We also conducted the events for our women members like the Zumba session and the pedal tennis tournament. These were also very well participated and very well enjoyed by all the women members of BCICAI. After that, we had very successful and the very first of its kind event of BCICAI, the first women conference with the theme Choose to Challenge. It was again a full day event with all the women speakers, which was attended by around 170 participants from Bahrain and overseas, again by all women speaker event and fully managed by the women members. After that, our Arts and Culture Committee had also organized an art competition for our members as well as their families with the theme Celebrating the Women in Our Lives. And we have really received very amazing piece of art from our members. And believe me, it was very difficult to select the winners from among them. But as the rule goes, we had to select the winners, which I will be announcing in the due course. But those who couldn't make it to the winners list, all those who have submitted their entries for the competition, their artwork will be included in our March edition of the monthly magazine. So not to be disheartened, there will be many more opportunities from the BCICAI where I'm sure you will make it there. So the name for the winner goes here. So the first prize goes to our very talented Mrs. Gayatri, wife of our member CA Nath, for a very beautiful poem on how a woman is a superwoman. Congratulations, Gayatri. You win a BD20 Shukran voucher from the Landmark Group. The second prize by our Miss Sejal Sharda, the daughter of our member Madhu Sarda, for the amazing drawing on the woman and bringing out different faces of the woman's personality. So congrats to you. You win a 15 BD voucher for the Shukran. And the third prize, that's a tie. It's we cannot judge a drawing of a mom by their daughter. So we couldn't actually judge which one is the better. So the third prize goes as a tie. It's among our very talented two women CA members, CA Subhashri and CA Garvita, for the beautiful pictures of their mom. So a BD10 vouchers for both of you. Once again, congrats to all the winners, and next time for those who couldn't make it this time. After that, this is last in the series. This is the last CP event, I must say, for the month, which we have attributed to the mental health and the wellness of the members and the spouses and the family members, for which we have among us two very well-renowned women speakers again from India, the experts in their field, Mrs. Dr. Meera Kulkarni, who is a retirement coach, and Mrs. Jolly Kotecha, a soft skill trainer. I'll leave it to CA Sunita, our MC for today, who will brief more on their qualification and their expertise. Dr. Meera Kulkarni and Jolly Kotecha, a very warm welcome to both of you. I'm sure I, as well as all our members here, are very excited to hear from you on this very interesting topic, retirement planning and happiness skills, which are very much the need of our, and especially during this time of the pandemic, which are so uncertain. So looking forward to hearing you, both of you. So I'll not take much time, and I'll hand over the control to our master of the ceremony, CA Sunita Gupta, to take the session forward. But before that, just a reminder that today is the Earth Hour, and the theme for today, this year, 2021, is a climate change to save the Earth. So climate change, which is a biggest concern of the people, and it is affecting everybody across the globe. We urge all the members and all those who are present today to take all the initiatives and involve as many as they can to protect the environment, not only for an hour, but beyond that, every day and always. So with that, I'll hand over the control to CA Sunita. I hope you all enjoy the sessions today. Thank you. CA Sunita, over to you.
Thank you, CA Sharmila. I would like to congratulate each one of us on the successful conduct of the first Women CA conference themed Choose to Challenge. And indeed, we did choose to challenge, and the result we all know was amazing. We had a wonderful lineup of speakers, and it was seamlessly conducted by the BCICAI fraternity. I'm very grateful to our chief guest of the day, Mrs. Monika Srivastava, spouse of His Excellency, Mr. Piyush Srivastava, Ambassador of India to Bahrain, for being with us today. Mrs. Monika is from the city of Nawabs, Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh, India. She holds a master's degree in social work from the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. I would request everyone to join me in welcoming our chief guest to enlighten us with her opening remarks. Over to you, Mrs. Monika.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Ms. Sharmila Sheth, Acting Chairperson of the BCICAI. Nisha, Ranga, of course, the President of the Indian Ladies Association. Distinguished speakers for today, members of the BCICAI, friends, good evening. After attending the Women's Conference last week, it gives me immense pleasure to be a part of the seminar yet again. This month, the women members of the BCICAI have taken up the responsibility to organize all activities, and I'm sure they would have done a wonderful job. I'm really looking forward to today's session on enjoying life all the way by retirement planning by Dr. Meera Kulkarni, retirement coach, and happiness skill is a new learning by Jolly Kotecha, NLP Practitioner. These talks will be, I hope, an important reminder that we must be mindful and take care of our mental and physical well-being. We all work really hard to save enough that we can lead a comfortable retired life, and in some cases, a serving life. And I'm sure Dr. Kulkarni will be sharing with us some of the tips that we can make our life easier. COVID-19, my dear friends, has led only to an increase in stress and worry in many of our lives. But it is important to be able to work in a healthy manner through these challenging times. I'm looking forward to the session on learning how to view happiness as a skill by Jolly Kotecha, and I'm sure it'll help us navigate and manage our worries and reduce our stress going forward. Finally, I congratulate BCICAI for organizing such a wonderful, meaningful, and relevant seminar for today's world. And it's a pleasure to see so many talented members. I wish you all the very best of success in the years to come. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Monika. Thanks, Monika.
Sorry. Thank you very much, ma'am. It was truly an honor to hear from you.
My pleasure.
And as you rightly said, mental health is as important as our physical well-being. It is now time to welcome our guest of honor for the evening, Mrs. Nisha Ranga, the newly elected president of Indian Ladies Association, Bahrain. Mrs. Nisha, who is a qualified CMA and holds a master's degree in commerce, is driven by her passion to serve the community in Bahrain. She has served as the coordinator of Sneha, a recreation center for children with special needs run by ILA. She is also associated with various social organizations like ICRF and Indian Fine Arts Society, to name a few. I would now invite our guest of honor, Mrs. Nisha, to address the gathering. Over to you, Mrs. Nisha.
Thank you, Sunita. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good evening, all. There is a fountain of youth. It's your mind, your talent, the creativity you bring to your life, and the lives of people you love. When you learn to tap this source, you will truly have defeated age. It's not by me, it's by Sophia Loren. Let me start by thanking Ms. Sharmila Seth, not just for the kind introduction, and Sunita Gupta, CA Sunita Gupta, not just for the kind introduction, but for being outstanding as the acting chairperson of the BCICAI. All respects and admiration to the whole team of CA Chapter Bahrain, and a special one to CA Ajay Kumar, chairperson, for being the role model to value and support his counterparts and stepping aside for the ladies to lead. I extend my greeting to the First Lady, Mrs. Monika Srivastava, spouse of His Excellency, Mr. Piyush Srivastava, the Ambassador of India to Bahrain. Your presence has added more value to today's event, Madam. My warm greetings also go out to our eminent speakers, Dr. Meera Kulkarni and Mrs. Jolly Kotecha. Today is bound to be important and memorable for all present, and I'm delighted to address such a talented gathering of women. I'm extremely proud to stand before you on this significant day, which serves as a reminder to all of us how far we have come, and also amid celebration, a reminder of road ahead. Today, we have two eminent speakers on relevant topics that are interwoven: retirement and happiness. Have you ever thought, if I could be perfectly free, I would be happy, I would have peace? Many people have sought complete freedom in order to have happiness and peace. People desire to be free of all restraints, somehow believing that if they could do just as they please, this would bring happiness. Does it? By the time they get a little wise about life, it is already over for them. The experience of life leaves most people wounded instead of wise. But if people with so much experience behind them could make their lives experience into wisdom, their wisdom could be useful for the world in so many different ways. We would like to make life after retirement very, very productive. And if you have health, you have it all. Health is the key to happiness at any stage in life, but it becomes even more important in retirement. Regardless of religion, gender, social or financial status, every one of us want to be happy, and it is this common need that binds us all together. All of us, our endeavors are geared towards finding happiness. I don't have to say more, as I'm along with all of you. I'm waiting eagerly to hear to the session ahead. Thanks again to BCICI for the opportunity given to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Nisha. That was a very inspiring introduction and awakening call. Friends, though we all know the importance of retirement planning, sometimes we do tend to ignore this as we are caught up with our daily work and life-related stresses. To reiterate this and to help us plan better, who else better than Dr. Meera Kulkarni we have with us today? A well-known retirement coach for over 2 decades, Dr. Meera holds a BSc degree from Ferguson College, MBA from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, and completed PhD from SP University of Pune. She is an approved PhD research guide of the University for Marketing and Human Resource Management. Earlier this year, she has published an ebook on Amazon titled Retirement Planning, 10 Steps to Plan a Happy Retirement. We should all grab this at the first opportunity. She strongly believes and works towards developing the youth potential for India and productive life for the growing population. Over to you, Dr. Meera. I request members to please mute themselves.
I'll do that.
I invite Dr.
Wait.
I would now like to invite Dr. Meera to begin.
Good evening, Bahrain, and good evening, lovely, beautiful audience.
Good evening.
I first of all would like to extend a very warm welcome that you have, given me, and the guests of honor, Miss Monika Srivastava, Mrs. Nisha Ranganathan, Mrs. Sharmila Seth, CA Sharmila Seth, and CA Ajay Kumar, and the two lovely MCs for this program, and Abraham Jacob, who pursued me for this program. So, good evening to the next beautiful session that I have decided to share with you. And so this is the title, Enjoying Life All the Way and Even in Your Retirement Period. So are you able to see the slide?
Yes,
we can.
Okay,
Yes.
We go ahead. Yeah. So please understand one thing, that we needn't look at retirement in the very stereotypical way, that it's the end of life. In fact, it's a new beginning to many things that we have planned to do in our lives, but we postponed it to a period ahead. So this is a date with yourself. So each of us is dating our own selves to see whether we are prepared for this period. And I see that there are many youngsters here and they would be wondering why. So friends, from the very first day that you start your work life, you're preparing for retirement. Only thing is, we think that it's very far ahead. And if you start early on, this next 25 to 30 years of your life, you're going to be here for 30 years, would be really wonderful. So let us now move ahead with our first poll. Can I request the first poll, and can I ask the participants to quickly put on their answers for the poll?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. So here I launched, it's a multiple choice, right? So
yes, correct. So if we quickly answer to the poll, it's a very simple poll. So what are your concerns for your retirement period? Quickly answer for yourself.
let me know when to end the poll.
So we'll finish the poll in another 10 seconds. So 1 minute.
1 minute we'll give. Yeah. Okay, I end the poll.
So as you all are seeing it, that two areas that have polled the highest is health. So health, we have many dimensions. We have physical health, mental health, spiritual health, and your well-being thereof. So this is one area of concern to most of us in this audience. And the second is financial security. And I have seen that most of retirement planning, the focus has been financial security. But friends, retirement is more about so many other things that would make your life really holistic. So, talking to a group of CAs and, practicing CAs and to be CAs, I think this part will be taken care very well by you. So let's look at the other areas. It's about good relationships, not getting bored, and even a place of stay. Yeah. So let us now move forward. So there are many questions in our life about retirement. Am I going to be relevant? What kind of singlehood faces me? What kind of place will I stay? Will I stay with my children? Will I get along with them? And will I have a second career? And what will I do with my time? And will I have friends? Will I have fun? Will I have good food and good times? And, is this a period of marginalization in my life? And so many questions are hitting us. So will I be living a life of dignity? And therefore, let us move head on and now explore what is retirement all about. So because of paucity of time, I'm going to take a few areas and I'm open to questioning in all the areas. So friends, I come on to this area, which is of great concern to a lot of people, that in my retirement period, so maybe 60 plus or 58 plus or 65 plus, how do I purposefully engage myself? Do I feel relevant? Am I useful? Am I living a worthwhile life? And this is where I'm going to spend some time right away. So finding purpose, there's a wonderful book, Ikigai. So what is the purpose of my being post-retirement? So there could be many purposes. So if there is a financial, there's a financial need, one can look out for an employment. You could be a consultant, you can earn through a job, or you can moonlight in several jobs, or else you can, be a consultant. So this is if you're looking out for making a living in this post-retirement period. Some of us would also like a second career where we could be an entrepreneur. We always had an idea to do a business. And right now we can take that risk because we are very well equipped with our experience. And financially also at this stage, we can, take out a little amount to experiment and do exactly what we want to do in our lives. So many people opt for a second career. Thirdly, many people decide to volunteer. So let us see what volunteering is about. Volunteering could be about giving back to society. So what is it that I have got? I've just been taking. I've got an employment, gainfully employed. And now this is a time to give back to society. So there could be a cause. I just saw that our guest of honor works for children with special needs. So if something like this pulls you, there are people who work for rag pickers, for beggars, for marginalized people, for transgenders, for people who are deprived. People are also going to work in areas in their neighborhood, giving value education, building good national spirit. So you can pick up exactly what you want to and volunteer. You can volunteer in an NGO. You can feel useful that way. So, and the very interesting thing is that we can also use this time to keep on learning. We postpone learning Sanskrit, French, or learning a new skill for ourselves. So this is a wonderful time of 25 to 30 years, where you can just pick up what are you passionate about and start learning again. So this is a wonderful period in our life which can be very rewarding, in which we can feel extremely relevant. We are not obsolete and outdated. We are relevant to the times that we are living in. And friends, it is an area of our personal interest that we decide to work in to our choosing. So wonderfully, this period gives us autonomy. So these are some of the things that people decided to do in their free time. I see that, many families are painting, children are painting, and this is the way you can structure your time. So please do not let time hang heavily on you. So this burden of time sometimes is very, very depressing for a person. So we have seen that people post-retirement are suffering from depression. They are feeling extremely lonely because they do not know how to occupy this free time. This is a wonderful time in our lives because we are able to choose exactly how we want to spend our time. So friends, you can either make money, therefore, or we can use this money to support people, or we can do both together. And this is where I really appreciate the theme of our seminar, that was challenge to change. And change is going to be one constant in this period in our life. So therefore, friends, embrace change. Change tells you that you're alive, and change tells you that you can really, gear yourself to be flexible, to adapt, to be autonomous in this period. So there are going to be lots of changes. Be prepared for that. So where are we going to see these changes? So you're going to see changes in relationships. So, your work life gave you also an identity and a social set of friends. But now you're going to be in a new set of social framework. So how do you gear up to this change? Then we are going to see a period in our life where maybe you have less power and maybe you have less influence, but maybe you have more wisdom and more experience. So use it in this period of change. And this may be a period when we need to relook at our attitude also. We may not be able to be so headstrong or, adamant about things, because we need to be flexible. And the oak tree, we know, has survived the storm because it was flexible, not flexible, whereas a bamboo was flexible. So this change is what we need to embrace in our life. So we also see that men and women take to retirement a little differently. And this you must have noticed it closely in your surrounding neighborhood, in your friends, in your relatives. You must have observed young people, are now defining retirement very differently. I now have people at 35 and 40 who have retired. So even the definition of retirement has changed socially and culturally. So these are people who are doing things of their choosing. So they retire from active professions. And we are having people who are going for voluntary retirement or, mandatory retirement. So both, and the gender also retires differently. So this is where retirement becomes very, very interesting. And let us be observant around us to see how people close to us have retired. Okay, so I would like CA Sharmila, I'm requesting you, ma'am, to please give the next poll to this group. Poll number 2.
I'll keep it for 1 minute.
Yes, 1 minute, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
end
definitely.
this polling. So we see that in this poll, we have seen that most of the concern is with, keeping in touch with your existing friends and relatives. It needs a lot of investment. And second, we are coming to healthy relationship with our children. And after this is making new friends. And, even, we are having fear of loneliness. I'll just like to stay here for a minute to explain, in our relationship, friends, loneliness is the biggest malady. There are many people who are feeling lonely and not included. And this really takes a terrible beating, especially post-retirement. You start feeling you're not even important as a person. So we are seeing that too much of loneliness is giving rise to depression. And, we're seeing a lot of deaths also post-retirement in this period. So let me quickly differentiate between loneliness and being alone. Being alone is to your choosing and it is pleasurable. But being lonely is a feeling of always missing out something. So each of us needs to work at ourselves. What is it that makes me feel full and empty? So when do I feel full in aloneness and when do I feel empty in my loneliness? This is a personal journey that I'm requesting each of you to please go through. So we see that, there are many activities through which people are keeping themselves engaged. And you please observe it in your neighborhood, in your relatives, in how people in Bahrain post-retirement, when they leave the city or when they continue to stay in the city, what are they doing? So take life simply, easily, and without baggages. And most of the baggages, friends, are coming from our past. So just park your baggages. You needn't carry all of them, in your retirement period. You can really travel very light in this period. So there is a worry about relationships with people and how do we go about it. So first relationship, I think, is with our spouse. And I met a lady, friends, who told me that I have a husband with half the salary and 24 hours of time with me. And it's getting unnerving because I've learned to live my life myself. So please get gradually into each other's life. Give space to one another. And if you connect beautifully, this is one of the best periods in your marriage. So invest in this. There could be some activities that you do it by yourself, some that you can jointly do. And wonderfully, you can lead a very interesting life with your partner. Children are a cause of worry and happiness in this period. So how much do I stay engaged? How much do I get involved in their lives? And as somebody put me, that, even having grandchildren can sometimes get very exhausting. It's a sense of happiness. And we Indians, without thinking twice, we quickly, agree to support our child, which we should. But in those 24 hours, friends, find at least 1 hour for yourself. 1 hour in when you're caring and going for delivery and looking after children, your grandchildren. Please take out time for yourself because that will nourish you. That will make you feel like giving more of yourself to, the responsibility of looking after an additional home. And it is okay if a parent says that you do not want to do this. Children, it's okay. They've finished their work there. They've looked after you. So give them the choice to select also whether they want to look after you and come and stay with you. So the next point is, yes, and this was something, that many of you mentioned, that dosti, dunyadari and yari. This is great in this period because you're now into an active social life with old and new friends. And it is an investment. So I'll just be quickly touching upon skills of socialization. I know that many of us think that all of us have it. And later, in our later years, we see that we haven't had this one learning of how to socialize in a new group. And therefore, many times we are not included, and therefore we feel lonely. So what do we do to get over this is also what we need to care for ourselves. And our family and relatives, yes, we need to invest. And I know that many of you here in Bahrain are, this is an expat Indian community. So many of us have our families in India, and we have to keep, managing, shuttling between this. And then finally, we may also choose to settle back home. And it is completely new. And then you're again gearing in this phase to make new friends, social connects. And it may be easy if we have the skill of, learning how to socialize once again. And people are interested in you and will be drawn like a magnet towards you, provided there are certain rules that we follow for ourselves. I will quickly touch upon them. And we need to be very amicable and respectful to all those who are extending the support and care to us. This could be, the people who work for us, and your neighborhood shopkeeper who one day agrees to send things home. There are people in our lives, we are not at all independent. We are interdependent all along. So please be in a good cheer with all of them. So here I come to a very interesting point that, friends, please pick your company, because misery also needs company. So who are the friends that you're associating? So if there are people who are giving you nurturance, are, there for you and are making you feel good, then these are people who are nurturing you. Please be with them. And similarly, identify toxic relations and keep them out. So, we have friends in our life. So, we have a whole load of friends. There are some friends who are just bindas, they're just free, and you can just go and have fun with them. And some of them you share your secrets with. And some of them, who are just good to be with. So all kinds of friends are important for us. So women, please have your girlfriends. And you really need your girlfriends at this time. So all kinds of friends that we have, and especially our intimate friends, please nurture those relationships. They are going to work for you like a magic in this period of retirement. So again, I would say that take those friends, make a choice. We are choosing to be around and with people who provide us energy, excitement, and are, adding to our enthusiasm to live our lives. So we are choosing such people in our life. And please, very happily, severe types, your ties with toxic people. And if you cannot do it deliberately, at least keep them on their periphery. So we need to relearn and unlearn socializing skills. Now this, at this stage, actually, friends, sounds really funny. But yes, so when I'm going to meet new people, I need to talk about my worries. So it is correctly said that don't discuss your health, don't discuss about your financials. People are really not interested. Discuss about the person in front of you. Be a great listener. Listen to people attentively, and you will never be lonely in your life. So the art of communication, to understand and to be understood. If we get that right from now, those of you who are doing your CA, you would have a wonderful set of friends to deal with in your later years. See, your money cannot buy you friends. Your money cannot buy you rest. Your money cannot buy you so many other things. You can be comfortable in your misery with money, but relationships is what you need to nurture and to be rich with. and feel abundant about this in your life in retirement. So for this, those of you who are young right now, please sow the seeds. And those of you who are close to retirement, please sow your seeds. And those of us who are very close to retirement or living in our retirement life, we can again start farming with these new seeds. So it is extremely important, friend, that we relearn, unlearn our socialization skills, because at this stage, no one cares what you have achieved. Your identity that was coming to you through your achievement may not be there for you. So the person that you are and how available you are to people is why relationships will be with you in this phase. So he who is calm and with a happy disposition will hardly feel the pressure of age. But of those with an opposite disposition, youth and age will be an equal burden, setback, plateau, and so true even today. So these are certain things that I'm just going to flash here. So just see how and what we are dealing with in our minds mentally. I needn't share this in this group, but the subconscious mind is stronger than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is only 1/5 of your mind. 4/5 of your mind is fed by the subconscious. So living in the past actually kills our subconscious mind from this beautiful area that, Ms. Ranganathan mentioned, creativity. Our mind is so fertile, and what are you putting? You're putting baggages of regret and past. So just see how your mind is. So we're all in this period going to see, if you're working at changing others and, preaching, we are really getting very boring as people, very stereotypical. If we are not investing, or we are over investing in only things and people, and we are possessive about that, then friends, we got something wrong. And if we are only taking from life and we do not think of giving back, this is one period where, without any ulterior motive and without any manipulation, you can actually give back your own self, be available. This is such a wonderful thing. We've got everything in our life. And this is a one period where you can do it in such a dignified way, give back to society. It comes with a lot of gratitude that whatever we have today, there has been a lot of people behind us. So let us also nurture a lot of people who need us. And we want others to accommodate us. Others are busy with their lives. So you have to accommodate. You have to be flexible. You have to be open. And then we have certain personality trait, personal habits, personal hygiene, personal communication peeves that really interfere. And this is through an exercise of reflecting in your own self. And people tell us, and we need to pay attention to them, because we are now going to be magnets in relationship. So for that, we need to redefine ourselves, remake ourselves, rejuvenate ourselves. So we have seen that many, many people in the later stages of their life are complaining about regrets. And I would quickly focus on just 3. Sabse bada rog, kya kahenge log? So many things I didn't do because I was caring for those people who are not even there in my life. I wanted to dress in a particular way. I wanted to do something. I wanted to choose a profession differently. I wanted to do so many other things, but I just bothered about what people would say. And this, my friends, is where maximum number of people say that they are regretful in their life. They should have heard their own calling and gone after it. So this is another time when you can really fulfill that. So maybe, you wanted to be a painter, or you wanted to do some sketching. You needn't be a Picasso, but you can do it for yourself. If I sing, I needn't be the best voice in town, but I sing for myself. I play an instrument for myself. I garden, do gardening for myself. These are times that you do not regret. So for this, please see that you complete this cycle of your karma in this very life. I do not really believe so much in, rebirth and, suppressing your inner wants and all. So the next 25 to 30 years, live by your rules, live full size. This is what I'm requesting you all to please explore in this wonderful period. So let's go on our poll 3. C.S. Sharmila, can I please request you to run the poll 3?
Yes. Yeah.
Start now. So we'll end the polling now. And see, you would have all noticed that comfortable and suitable lifestyle availability. I understand that Bahrain is really very rich in this. So you're enjoying the best of lifestyles now. And so many of you may be thinking of continuing in Bahrain or coming back to your country. So in that case, how much am I ready to give up and how much would I like to continue with? And that will definitely decide on the place that I decide to settle down. So if, if you're wanting to stay in a metropolitan city or you wish to stay in this, in a suburban or your own village, whatever you have decided for yourself. So this is, I see a very great worry here that, will I get the lifestyle that I'm used to? So, as we grow older with age, comes this wonderful thing of, living with lesser. It will happen. So, things may not take so much of priority as people would do. So let it come whenever it comes. If it comes, good. If it doesn't, okay, fine. So what is it that you want definitely in your lifestyle to continue? Please have a good noting of that for yourself, because this is extremely important for you. And here I also see the place of stay should give me a chance to pursue with my hobby and leisure activity. Correctly so. So wherever I stay, if I'm playing golf, and therefore I need to have the facility around, or if I'm learning music and I need a guru, then that guru should be available to me. So it is so important that we have this around us. And of course, the support system. And, I would just like to mention that what has got 12% in this poll is, will I need to relocate myself? So I would quickly touch on this right now. So friends, you'd be surprised to know that you're going to change 3 more houses post-retirement. So you are thinking that you'll be in one home and that's where you're going to retire. It may not happen like that. So let me quickly take you through this relocating. So when we relocate, there are some soft factors and some hard factors. So these soft factors are what you have mentioned here, the climate, the neighborhood, the conveniences, and, the manpower to support you. And would you like to stay with your children or close to your children? Or would you like, each of us is different. So we value our independence. So we would like to stay close with our children, close to our children or our support giver. And then there is also a chance that we may, one of us is no longer there in our partner. Then we may have to go into singlehood. So would you like to continue staying in this old place by yourself? Or would you like to today move on to an old home? And later on, would you also like to move to assisted living? It is not depressing, friends. It's not depressing, because these are choices you can make today. You can select exactly what type of place you would like to move to, what kind of friends you would like to have around you. So these are today available to us, and there is no longer, a sense of social neglect coming out of staying in an old home. People today are making a choice to move there. So let's respect that. As mentioned earlier, dignity to life. So if each of us wants to live our life our way, why not? So there are a lot of time structuring, a lot of things we can do in this period. So I've put up some wonderful, areas through which we can actually decide upon where we would like to move. So if we are planning to travel, not in this COVID period, but yes, there are many of us who are, plan to travel in our post-retirement period, or we take up a hobby, or we walk, or we want the hospital to be, healthcare to be close to us, or we want a community living, or we want to stay in a bungalow. So all these choices are available to us. It's no longer that, we are, in short of choices, and we are making decisions with very few minimal variate, those variables are much more today available to us than it ever was in the past. So I'm now concluding, wishing for all of you here in your life, friends, all of you, may you have this A. This A stands for availability of yourself. This A stands for abundance in your life. This A stands for being, feeling accepted by your own self. Being accepted by yourself is the first step to being accepted by others. B here stands for believe in bounty of the universe. Please believe in yourself. Believe in your own self. And this B will take you a long way. Care, compassion, choices. This is a period of change. Embrace change. I wish you all a very happy, healthy, harmonious, and hopeful retirement period full of hope for each of you. And friends, this is a beautiful period in your life where there would be positivity, there would be patience, there would be poise, and there would be a wonderful period of prosperity and a period where you could pursue your passion. With this, I have finished my deliberation. If there are any questions, I'm more than willing to interact. So I hand it over to.
Any questions? Maybe we can take just 2 questions.
I guess the people were just mesmerized by the way Madam was talking. So just people kept listening, like everybody, like me. But it
So,
was very wonderful, madam. It was very nicely, very
yeah.
simple language and like very much to be understood by everybody. It was nice to listen.
Thank you, ma'am, for that very empowering session. You've now given us a whole lot of ideas on how we can avoid being lonely and spend our free time post-retirement. We will all now look forward to having a peaceful and fun-filled retirement with no worries at all. Thank you very much, Dr. Meera.
We are getting
Happiness.
thank you messages from everybody. So thanks from all of them. Yes, Sunita, over to you.
Yeah. And now we will move on to our next session, happiness. Happiness is an inside thing. The secret of happiness is not doing what one likes, but in liking what one does. We must have heard these quotes and many more relating to happiness on various media platforms. With our stressful work environments and demanding lives, we just read these quotes and instantly forget them. With the COVID pandemic affecting the whole world, we have just been added with more stress and difficulties. Happiness seems to have become elusive from our lives. Our next speaker for the day is just here with us to remind us how to be happy. Mrs. Jolly Kotecha. She chose to challenge and explore the development of 21st century skills in the 1990s itself. She is a soft skills trainer and a certified access bar practitioner, a sound therapist, clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, a color therapist, and a subconscious mind reprogrammer. She has worked with various organizations like Anand Niketan, Tripada, DAV, Karnavati University, SM Patel, DDA. She has coached in various organizations, Zydus Hospitals, Apollo Hospitals, Hitachi, JBM Motors, to name a few. The list is very long. With a big smile on our faces, let us all get ready to join Mrs. Jolly on this journey of happiness today. Over to you, Mrs. Jolly.
Thank you, Sunita. I know it's Saturday evening for you all, and Holi is coming. And with the pandemic, there are lockdowns going on, and there are different rules changing every day. We are constantly sitting in front of the news and finding out what is going to happen tomorrow. And believe me, any part of the country you're sitting, everybody is going through the same. And that's the reason now is the time to make happiness as a skill. So thank you for inviting me. I would first like to tell thank you to practice, by getting trained, by unlearning and learning. So I hope you're all ready for this 40 minutes journey of developing the skill of happiness. Great. So give me a second. I'll share my screen and I'll do the talking. Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, very much.
Great.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Just give me a second. Great. So like I said earlier, this is not rocket science. And we don't need to open our books or we don't need to learn anything about it. So today, let's remember this day. So why is being happy so important? I mean, paisa hai, you have money, you have the intelligence, you have the ability, you have everything. And now that we are grown up, we have a certain control of our life. So when we're kids, we didn't have much control over life. Now we do have certain control over our own lives. Then why is being happy so important? Because if we are in good health and we are into fitness and, we are intelligent and have studied hard and we have accumulated a lot of wealth, then we should be happy. But that's not the case. And that's not the case. Because in my 20 years, most of the people who has depression is in actual good fitness health and has accumulated lot of wealth. And they are into depression. So please understand, it's wealth and health that is not giving us happiness. It's happiness that will give us health and wealth both. So we need to now churn ourselves. We have been focusing on our health, our physical health. We have been focusing on the wealth that we accumulated so we have a better lifestyle and we have a lot of fun in life. Don't confuse fun with happiness. So let's now focus on happiness. Again, this is going to be on a repeat. Why it is so important? I travel all over the world. I know so many people. I am respected all over the world. Why I need to find out why being happy is so important? And now we are going to go step by step onto this. Because a lot of health and a lot of wealth is not going to give you happiness. But little bit of happiness skill is going to convert. So you need to now reprogram your thinking. And it has been proven that all physical illnesses start because a person doesn't have the skill to be happy. So diabetes and heart attacks and cancers and all the diseases are the magnified version of smaller things like anxiety, stress, worry, overthinking. So the start is minor, but then the illnesses become major. Again, so why is it that it's so important? See, we are all alive and we are all breathing and we are all active in our life. And we are doing everything that we know, we learn to be happy. But it's still giving us anxiety, it's still giving us worry, especially now. So happiness actually is a skill to build our strengths to face tougher times. Oh, I love this baby. You know, when I was making this PPT, I said, I want to feel like that again. You know, so go back to your childhood. How carefree, you know, we are so poised now, and the way we smile and the way we talk, you know, we don't even, you know, show our teeth when we are laughing. You know, we're so conscious. And see this child, he's not even wearing clothes. Okay. So please understand, learn to be happy from a child. So it doesn't need to be that we need to have children at our place. You know, I hope everybody has seen the movie Baby's Day Out. Go back home and see it again. You know, the whole process of the movie and the whole journey is so beautiful from a child's point of view. So learn. You know, you will be having neighbors, and I understand it's COVID times. You'll say, "Hum ja nahi sakte." Oh, the Zoom, the video calls, the facilities we have. So we do that in our family. We have Zoom calls every week with 2-year-olds, 6-month-olds, all sitting on Zoom, and we just see them play. Now, why is that? Because seeing them play happens and teaches us to slowly and steadily develop that as a skill. Smile more. I don't know if people are not smiling now, please smile. Smile more. Don't analyze. Don't think. See, I have crooked teeth, but I'm not going to analyze. I'm going to smile. Smile is the strength that builds the vibration to be happy. And always ask, what if I don't have money? What if I don't have the intelligence? What if, you know, we play these games, and I hope people are aware. What if, you know, what if the sun doesn't come out tomorrow? What if, okay, if the sun doesn't come out, I'm going to take my bedsheet and sleep a little longer and wait for the sun to come out. Let the sun rise at his own time. Let the sun rest sometime. So always prepare yourself in this. Now I'm going to say something that some people may not like it, and I'm going to say sorry for that. But listen to me carefully. So what has happened? You know, we have been taught कि सुबह उठ के ना prayers करो, you know, and workout करो, and garam pani piyo. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm saying the first 30 minutes, once you wake up, can't you dance on a Bollywood number? What's stopping you? So 10 years before, when I started working on my subconscious mind and I became my biggest guinea pig, I used to listen to Bollywood songs for the first half an hour. And it has created miracles for me. Then I go for my ritual of prayers. Then I go for my walks. Then I list out my working. So the first 30 minutes that you get up, you have to have fun in the house. Why? I'll tell you. The moment we get up, our subconscious mind never sleeps. But the moment you wake up, your conscious mind is so alert, it is going to send messages that, oh, these are the list of things you didn't do last day. Oh, this is what you have to do. Oh, this person made a mess about your life. Oh, this person is trying to create havoc in your life. So the conscious mind is going to override the rest that you had in the night by having fun for the first half an hour. You are telling the conscious mind, I understand you are alert, but let me have fun. And this is going to help your subconscious mind take charge of our lives. So actually 95% of our lives is run by the subconscious mind. So we need to be very clever. We need to tell our conscious mind, the first half an hour of my life is my own. So there was a time in my life that I used to get up at 4:45 because my children were young and I had to make tiffins and they had to leave by 6:30. I used to get up at 4:45 just to give this half an hour to myself. Do anything you want. You're a painter, you paint. You are a singer, you sing. If you love a musical instrument, and don't try to learn. So even if you're not a tabla player, just find out that you can. So please understand, if you don't agree to this, it's okay, but you try it out. Try it out for some days. I'm telling you, it's going to be very powerful for your subconscious mind. So why practice this? Like I said, there's a constant fight between the logical mind and the passionate mind. You know, the logical mind is saying, प्यार मत करना, you know, क्योंकि धोखा मिलेगा. And the passionate mind is saying that I'm born to love. Now, I'm not saying that you don't listen to the conscious mind. Though it's working 5%, it is definitely doing everything to guide you, protect you, and to build you for what you are. But we need to blend these two minds to be on the same platform so that you can be happy, you can be powerful, you can be working, and you can be having fun. Exactly. You don't need anybody to smile. You can smile just like that. You know, you don't need anybody to sing a song. You don't need anybody to paint. You don't need anybody to read a nice fiction book. So please read non-fiction books, but don't stay away from fiction books. So again, fiction books are powerful tools for your subconscious mind. What is it doing? When you're reading a fiction story or you're seeing a movie, it is diverting your conscious mind and to think too much about your own self and move ahead and think about others. So when you're watching a movie, like there's a movie called Uri, and I hope everybody's seen that. So when I was watching that movie, I forgot who I am because that movie became so powerful medium for me. And the way it got stored in my subconscious mind, I felt patriotic and I felt energetic, and I saw how powerful a person can be, even though there are so many issues that the character is dealing with. So, reading fiction storybooks is a powerful medium to just relax your conscious mind and activate your subconscious mind. Please, like I said, analysis forbids us to be our own self, and we need to be very, very conscious. So I'm going to give you simple techniques. You know, I'm a very lazy person, and I always used to think, "Kaise kare jo jhaat se ho jaye aur jaldi se ho jaye." So from today onwards, every 1.5 or 2 hours, wherever you're sitting, you can close your eyes and take deep breaths. And just for 5 minutes, imagine what is going to happen. Your heart rate is going to get reduced. Your mind is going to relax. There'll be a certain kind of heaviness that will come to being lighter. You'll feel lighter in the head. Okay. While you're breathing, you should close your eyes. So when I breathe, I imagine the beach. I imagine that I am standing in front of the beach and the water is blue and the sky is blue. So the whole concept of closing your eyes and breathing is giving a break and the rest to your conscious mind. Believe me, when you're breathing, and I used to go for my yoga classes and they used to make me do this breathing exercises. And I used to look at everybody and I said, why you need to be serious when you're breathing? You can just smile, then just laugh, But breathing exercises are very, very important. And you can do anywhere. You can rush to your washrooms, you can, even if you're in the kitchen. Breathing exercises also activates the five senses. When you close your eyes and you're breathing, even if the sound is coming, don't worry. You are able to hear sounds beyond what your mind is talking to you. You're able to smell things around you. You're able to feel things on your skin. So, very important it is that you take this breathing exercises and think about anything. There are days when I think about Salman Khan too. And who's stopping me from doing that? What I'm saying is every 1.5 hours or 2 hours, definitely take this break for your breathing exercises. This is like a skill that is going to give you a lot of happiness. Believe me, you'll feel lighter, your heart rates will relax. Even if you are having a slight panic or an anxiety attack, this does wonders. So as a trainer, I have a device called an HRV device. It's a heart rate variability device. And when we go for our trainings, physical trainings, we let the participants observe their thoughts also. So that device is very wonderful. But if you don't have that, we have a lot of Fitbits around and Fitbit also, and a lot of brands coming up. Wear a watch, take your breathing exercises, and be happy. So everybody will ask me, what's the secret of happiness? And how do we find that out? Oh, actually, it's very simple. And when I'm going to say this, you're saying, oh, I know this. It's only difficult to do it. So let's first find out what am I trying to tell. You may be knowing this. So don't judge every person. But we are bound to judge because our conscious mind is going to tell us that before I form an opinion, I need to judge. So if I'm saying don't judge, oh my God, that's so much hard work. What am I saying is very simple. That people subconsciously will treat you how you are in comparison to what they are. So if somebody is more beautiful than me, if somebody is more intelligent than me, if somebody is more, somebody has a more social status than me, then I will automatically be very respectful to that person. But suddenly, if I realize, oh, she looks smart, but she's not intelligent enough, I'm smarter than her, automatically, my subconscious mind would go on an auto mode and the other person will feel distant or irritated or a bit off by you. So please understand, these are the three things that has been running our lives. We always judge the other person by these parameters. A person, if it is smarter, whether the person is smarter or less smarter, intelligent, more intelligent, social status, and it goes on. How do we stop this? Because it's going to come on an auto mode. Because the subconscious mind is automatically going to tell you this person is not as smart as you thought it was. And you're going to bound to form an opinion and you're bound to have a judgment about that. How are you going to stop this? We have a way. So consciously reframe. So whenever I meet somebody or I talk to somebody, my 3 parameters, the antennas open up. And I said, oh, Jolly, are you talking to this person because you think that person is smarter than you? Are you being nice to that person because that person looks better than you? So we have to practice this. We have to understand. We have 3 antennas that are going to always open up. So consciously we'll have to work on this. And believe me, take one person at a day. Don't start doing it for everybody. So when I started this practice, I took one person a day. And I saw that my behavior and my approach and my treatment to that person changed. And actually that made me happy. That made the other person very happy, but it actually made me happy because there's no burden of judgment. Everybody has a right to be there, even if we are working with them, even if you're married to them. So the best person I tried this is with my husband. Because we feel it's our birthright to fight with our spouse, and we feel it's our birthright to attack him. So I do that. I'm not going to say that. But all these 3 antennas, when I'm talking to him or when he's talking to me, I practice this on a regular basis. And that's very important. So this little practices are important, because if you don't do this, you have no control, and these 3 antennas will open up and they start controlling your lives. And the other person, even though other person would be very powerful, but because of your own judgment in comparison to what you are, you're going to miss out. And this is the cause of stress, anxiety, depression, anger. Nothing else. Believe me, whatever everybody tells me, you can contact me. Shamila, please give my number. I am telling you, the only reason people have stress, anxiety, depression, and anger is because of this. Because of these 3 antennas that are always working. So you turn right, your other 3 antennas will move right. If you turn left, it's going to move right. And these 3 antennas are so horrible, they move inward also. And they remind you, "Tu moti ho gayi hai." You become fat. You're not as smart as you were. You're not having that much money. So these 3 antennas are very, very dangerous. And consciously select. So make a list. Make a list of the first 50 people that you dislike. Let's try it differently. And take one person a day. Talk to that person, and whatever that person says and whatever that person does, you just be aware of your 3 antennas. And believe me, it's as simple as that. So I have been training for 20 years, and people say me, you've learned so many therapies. Okay. And are you telling me that after learning so much, is this what you have learned? I said, yes, this is what I've learned. And it's making me very happy, and it's spreading happiness. Everywhere I go, people love being with me. I love being with people. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that breathing exercise I was telling you. Select one person a day, observe, become aware of your antennas, work on it, because how much ever you would try to be nice, if your judgments are going on, the other person is going to understand your silence too, your body language too. So I would request you all to please understand this and start practicing. So what is an happiness quotient? So we know about emotional quotient and emotional intelligence, and we're talking about a lot of things. And there's a new quotient that has come up. That's the happiness quotient. Now, why have I categorized this? Is because when we are trying to develop the ability as a skill, we will have to go step by step. We can't jump. Like I said, we can't do everything at the same time. So we'll go step by step. So every time you want to increase your happiness quotient, you will have to first work on your emotions. You will have to observe what you're feeling. So if I'm feeling super excited because I'm taking this workshop, I need to be aware of this. I need to be aware of how I'm feeling. And there are very few emotions actually we have. Either we can be happy, or we can be angry, or we can be sad, or we can be irritated, or we can be judgmental. So there are not much emotions. Just be honest with yourself. You don't need to go and tell anybody. But these are the steps that you will have to take to increase your happiness quotient, your physical happiness. So, whenever you're sitting, observe your body, listen to your body, because when we are not working on our subconscious mind, the subconscious mind feels very bad. And the subconscious mind decides to protect you by giving signals to your body. So there are people who says, I have an irritation in my hand, I'm sweating, I just don't know, I'm in an AC, but I'm feeling very thirsty. I've slept the whole night, but I'm still feeling very tired. Please understand, your subconscious mind is repeatedly telling you, concentrate what your body is talking to you. Over a period of time, I have seen that women especially has been taking pills for migraines and for headaches and for just feeling low, but not listening to their bodies. So if you're feeling low, if you're feeling less energetic, okay, I am going to suggest something. So people who are diabetic, please don't try this, but you can have something else. So you have a bar of chocolate. Your dopamine is going to be nice. You're going to be in a better mood. If you are a fitness person or you are a fitness trainer, for them also I say it's okay to be a little low. I'm not saying if you're jogging for 10 kilometers, I'm not saying don't go and jog. But if you have jogged till 7 or 5, you listen to your body. Okay. So we are going to the third thing, social happiness. So, what is social happiness? Is social happiness going on a 5-star? I'm saying, please go. I love going to the best of places in the world. I'm not saying no, but that's not social happiness. Social happiness is actually connecting with a new person every day. Make it a note to meet, talk. So, don't go on Facebook and social medias and say, hi, who are you and what are you doing? But you have a friend and she has a circle of friends and it's trustworthy. So you can just, I go uninvited. I said, oh, you 3 friends are meeting? I don't know the other 2. And can I invite myself? And they say, yeah, okay. So I meet 2 new people. Your social happiness will start when you interact with more people, because that's an ability to understand how your antennas are working. Now, what is occupational happiness? So, I don't say occupational happiness is about having so many degrees. And I'm sorry, I respect all chartered accountants here, but I'm saying occupational happiness is not the degrees you have. Occupational happiness is seeing to it that you contribute every day something new and something more than what you did yesterday. You know, so it's not the way aaj itna hi kaam karna hai. So when I work, I see to it that if today's training has been here, I see to it that my next training I give a step more. That's occupational happiness. That will give you the job satisfaction we are talking about. Now, what's intellectual happiness and what's the difference between occupational happiness and intellectual happiness? So occupational happiness is something you already know and you're just giving a step higher. But what's intellectual happiness? Learning something new every day. So today's my learning was, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to mention this. So I have been, it's India, and this is a time when the potatoes are very, big, and they make all that chips, and they semi-boil it and dry it and stuff it. So I was moving around and I said, oh wow, yaar, ये सब chips के design कितने अच्छे हैं. So I was thinking, ये कैसे बनेंगे, कैसे बनेंगे? So I went on the YouTube and I saw how it is made and what is it. And I said, oh my God, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to store for a year, but I'm going to do this. So intellectual happiness is not always about your work related, but one new thing that you were not aware. So I've been having the chips at a lot of friends' place and eating it and saying, ban raha hai na? And in India, you get it ready-made. You just have to deep fry it later on. So I had the luxury of, getting things, but I decided no, this is one thing. So my today's learning is that, and it can be as simple as that. So what's environmental happiness? So if you have your emotional happiness, if you have your physical, social, occupational, intellectual happiness, and with what is happening around you is worrying you, like the corona is worrying us. Suddenly all of us have become so conscious about environment, and we all have been conscious. We had been stopped using plastics, and we had been working on our garbage bins, and we have been planting more trees, and we had been doing. But when the pandemic hit us, we realized that was not enough, because there were things that we were doing. So the environmental happiness happens when you give time to the nature to rebuild itself. And believe me, whether we like it or not, this 1 year, the nature has rebuilt itself. Because we did not do enough. We were doing our efforts, but we didn't do it enough. And the last one is a spiritual happiness. For me, spirituality comes when I love each and every one I meet. And I wasn't like this. I had lot of anger towards people. I had lot of hatred towards people. I had lot of jealousy. I'm human. But for me, the spiritual journey happened when I said, this is the person, I'm meeting this person for a reason. This person has come today in my life. So I'm meeting all of you like this on the virtual world. I definitely believe there is a reason behind it. There is definitely a reason. So my love for you, even in this virtual world, is there. I love you all. And that's spiritual happiness. Just loving everybody. Great. Now I'm going to give small tips, and I'm not going to now take much of your time because you already had a session, and let's end it on a happy note. These tips. And you're going to tell me, so there are going to be more tips also, and we can always ask for suggestions. But this is a simple things that I do on a regular basis. So for every 24 hours, I have a song for myself. I have a song that goes on my subconscious mind. Dekho, abhi bhi, if I'm singing a song, everybody of you will start murmuring it. Or even if you're not singing aloud, your subconscious mind will be singing on its own. And you'll be hearing the music pieces of it. Why don't we do a simple thing? We dedicate a song to ourselves every day. Music, colors play a very strong role on a happiness quotient. So I have a song for me every day. And you know what's today's song? चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को नजर नहीं चुराना सनम. And you don't want to be, I'm telling you, need to be a bathroom singer like me to do this, because you're dedicating the song to yourself. I have been from past 7 years doing one thing. I have been restructuring my thought processes, and I'm going to give that suggestion to you. I take a positive quote from the internet, it's so easy, and I say, I am going to work on this quote for the next 24 hours. And I'm going to open my mobile and show you what's the quote today. And it can be anything, something that just strikes you. You don't need to use your logical mind too much. So my today's quote, which is from the internet, is, you can do anything, but you don't have to do everything. That's as simple as that. I had back-to-back 3 trainings today, and I needed this quote to relax my mind. I had a physical training, I had 2 virtual trainings, and I needed to relax my mind. So for me, my 24 hours is, you can do anything, Jolly, but you don't have to do everything. So if something at the home front is getting ignored, if something at the 31st March in India, imagine, if something is getting ignored, for the 24 hours, I'm going to concentrate on that. And whatever is left, I'll take up. Talk to a friend for 15 minutes. And it can be anything. It can be It can be gossip, but just 15 minutes. Don't go on and on. And just select one person a day. So my everyday call is to my sister. My sister is my friend. And we have to talk for the first 15 minutes. And if you miss out a couple of days, you say, oh, we missed out something. I said, don't worry, I missed you out. I have a couple of other friends that I talk. So please understand this. Now, whenever you're feeling angry or bored or sleepy or lazy or anything, picturize and visualize your best memory when you're doing your breathing exercises. Please do this. Please do this. It's going to activate your happy chemicals. And I'm not going into the science behind it, but there are 4 happy chemicals. And please understand when you imagine your best memory. So my best memory is a time that I went on a honeymoon to Goa with my husband. And I just need to close my eyes and be in Goa. So that's my best memory, 25 years before, imagine. So this is what you need to do. And it just takes a couple of minutes to have your happiness quotient back again. Colors. So I'm a color therapist and I've been working with colors from last so many years. And I found out every color is powerful for us. Every color is powerful for us. So yeah, there are gemstones and there are a lot of media marketing happening that red is for passion and blue is for this and yellow is for sunshine. And I've used a lot of colors in my PPTs. Believe me, you have the power to make every color powerful for you. You decide. You decide that yellow gives me happiness. You decide that white makes me feel bold. So white can't be always about peace. For somebody, white is a sign of boldness. So play with colors. Now somebody tells me, how do we play with colors? So simple. If you're fond of stationery, it's very colorful. If you're fond of cooking, you have fruits and vegetables. If you're fond of dressing up my life, like me, oh, sky's the limit for you. So you can see my earrings. So I'm very fond of colors like this because I know it's very, very powerful medium for your subconscious mind. The conscious mind only understands the shapes, but the subconscious mind understands the color. Share your happiest childhood memories. Talk to your children, talk to your friends. मैंने बचपन में ये किया, मैंने बचपन. So, always be a child. Oh, that's going to work wonders. I love to walk on a beach. And I stay in a place called Ahmedabad. But I always see to it that we go where there are beaches. But I can walk on the roads also. And make your own list. Make your own list. Please understand. What works for me can work for you, but something else can work. So a lot of people have pets. Pets are also a very great source of happiness. So I go to my friend's place, especially when they have a pet. I said, I'm coming to your place. Otherwise, I invite people to my place. Because pets definitely help you, to keep, they have this unconditional love about them. And that's very important. So make your list. Please go on making your list. There's no end to it. Oh, I think I've talked for quite some time and I hope I'm on time. So happiness is very, very, very simple. It's not rocket science. It's just the little efforts that we are going to do. And believe me, you're going to be happy always. There are going to be strengths and your weaknesses will start showing off as your strengths. You know what was my biggest weakness? I could talk non-stop. I could go on talking for hours. Now I'm paid to talk. So my biggest weakness became my biggest strength. All because I knew how to be happy. Thank you. I hope it was fun as much as it was. And if you have anybody has any questions, I don't mind to take it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jolly. It was amazing. You have given us amazing tips on the happiness quotient and reminding us how to smile and to let go. You have provided us with very handy insights for being happy, which we can all instill in our lives and be happy always. at this time of pandemic and when everybody is under stress and overwhelmed, I cannot reiterate how important these tips are and how useful it will be to all our members. Thank you very much, esteemed guests and the wonderful speakers, for taking your valuable time to be with us and providing us with tools for a peaceful and happy life ahead. Both the sessions have really taught us something very useful, happy, and our retirement planning as well. A very big thank you to Acting Chairperson CA Sharmila, Chairperson CA Ajay Kumar, and the team BCICI for organizing this wonderful event, and also the events during the month for mental well-being. A big round of applause for all our members for always being there with your support in large numbers. I would now request you to be ready for the last segment, the Kahoot quiz, another reason to be happy. Handing over to CA Vatsala for the quiz. Vatsala, you have to unmute yourself.
Am I audible now? Yeah, before we hand over it to Vatsala for the quiz session, thank you once again, Ms. Jolly. As you know, as Ms. Nisha, our guest of honor, she has put, your name itself says Jolly. That's a happiness, as she has commented. So hearing to your talk itself was so much of happiness. So thank you so much for giving us all that tip. I'm sure the Saturday evening was well spent and with all the tips from you. So thanks a lot. Thank you once again, Ms. Nisha Ranga and the First Lady, Ms. Monika Srivastava, and both our speakers to be here for this wonderful Saturday evening. And you may, both the speakers may stay and see how far, how our members are actually attended the session, because we will have some quiz based on what you have presented. So it may be some fun for you to see, whether really the members were attending and listening to your sessions or no. So you can be there to see that. So yeah, over to you, Vatsala, for the quiz session.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the session today. I did enjoy, and the best part of every session for me, the fun part is the quiz, because all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Yeah. So let's continue our happiness session with this fun, with our Kahoot quiz. Can you see my screen now? I haven't.
Still no.
Not yet.
Just a minute. I just hold on, Vatsala.
Did you make her co-host?
I did. Just check now.
Yeah,
Can you share your screen? Just check.
Are you able to see it now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Can you just help me with this word? Enter the meeting room. Sunita?
Yes, you can press on the host button, I guess.
One, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just enlarge the screen or something.
It's not in full screen. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can.
Okay, so now it's loaded the game pin.
Yeah, so everybody can put in the game pin.
Please include your membership number. I think Anjali, you have not included your membership number. Okay, is this?
Yeah, there may be some guest playing as well.
Okay, guest playing. Yeah, fine. Shall we start? Okay, we still have.
So I guess first lady, Miss Monika Srivastava, she may want to leave the session. Madam, if you want to. Maybe unmute, madam. You need to unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Now we are unmuted.
Yeah. Just wanted to say thank you for all your warm welcome. Excellent session. And it's always a pleasure being with all of you. And thank you for having me over. So just a quick thank you before
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was wonderful having you.
I hope the best one wins the Kahoot.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you once again. Thanks for joining us and looking forward to some more sessions with you.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
Hope we can have a physical session soon.
Very
Thank
soon.
you so much for having
The
me
thing
over.
starts physical and we have you over.
Yes. Thank you, Sharmila. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Bye-bye.
Oh, and a happy Holi in advance.
Yeah, same
Thank
to
you very much. Happy Holi to you too. Yes, sure.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I guess we can start the Kahoot now.
Yes, Vatsala, now we should just start.
Joining in. So probably you can start now. Yeah, Vatsala, you can take it over from there.
Yes, yeah. Okay, here we go. The first question. The theme for the month of March 2021 is okay, so we have 14% of them getting it right. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, we have C. Garvita on the top with Ruana following her. Let's go to the next question. We still have 9 more to go, 9 more to go. So no worries. So occupational happiness, as per Mrs. Jolly, is earning more, getting respect, getting promoted, contributing more. Okay, that's good. So yeah, Garvita and Ruana retain their position. We have Shyam, Gaurav, and Sunita following. Let's go ahead. A subconscious mind occupies what portion of our mind? Is it 1/5, 3/5, 4/5, or 2/5? Okay, let's see how the score is. Okay, you have Sunita right at the top. Movement is with Gaurav and Virendra also entering in. So let's move to the next one. It's a true or false question. We are born with skills. Is it true or false? Okay, let's see what the score shows. Okay, Sunita retains her position, followed by Sham, Farhan, Ruan, and Ramesh. So, Mrs. Kotecha conducts the following workshops. It was mentioned in her opening address. Yes, yeah, if you've read the introduction about her. That's good. Many of them have read it. It means, so we have Sunita retaining first, Farhan, so on an answer streak, Sham, Rowana, and Ramesh. The book Ikigai, what is it about? That's good. Not much change. Again, a true and false. Today is not the other day. I think Sharmila mentioned about it as soon as she started her session. So let's see the scoreboard. Okay, it's change in the last two positions. So Dr. Kulkarni completed PhD from which college? We have Sunita still retaining the position with Sham one position up. Okay. So Mrs. Jolly, what did she recommend to do the first 30 minutes on waking up? Okay, that's good. So I hope all of you are going to put that into practice. Again, Sunita retains her position and Vicky is in on the board. So this is the last question coming up. What is the secret of happiness? That's good. So I guess from today we will all start following that. Do not judge. Okay, so these are the winners. We have Ramesh in third position, Sham in second, and our winner today is Sunita. All the best and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vatsala.
Thanks, Vatsala, for
Thanks,
that
Sunita.
wonderful
Thanks.
clip.
Yes. Thank you very much, speakers, again, and thank you all the members. It was wonderful, and let us put into practice what we learned today. Try to be happy and have a very peaceful and happy retirement. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mrs. Jolly. Thank you, Mrs. Meera. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Bye. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Good evening.
Good evening.